Welcome back, Cordlings, to more PDF reading. Yes. I figured some of you might actually be interested in some of the backstory here, so let's get on in the historical database with Baphomet. One of the key charges leveled at the Knights Templar during their trials in the 14th century was that they worshipped an ungodly head idol that they call Baphomet. Baphomet is probably either a corruption of the name Muhammad or the translation of the goddess Sophia, meaning wisdom, when encrypted with the Atbash cipher. Some believe that Baphomet represents the severed head of the John the Baptist. During the trials, one of the knights, Guillaume de Arblay, testified that he had seen Baphomet twice and described it as being a bearded head constructed of wood and silver. Other charges leveled against the Templars included that of demon worship, kissing the anus of cats, and homosexuality. What the fuck? Kissing the anus of cats? What the? Fucking gross! These accusations of heresy had been first leveled against the Cathars in the Languedoc a century previously by the Dominican monks, who undertook the fearsome Inquisition. Charges of heresy also extended to the relationship that the Templars had with the fearsome assassins, an elite order of Muslim warriors. It is believed that the assassins provided the Templars with the occult knowledge, which went on to form the basis of the teachings of both Masonry and Rosicrucianism. The Order of the Poor Knights of Christ
Templars
and the
really
Templar
were
Solomon.
victims of
Hey,
betrayal and
I'm
greed.
reading, dickface.
Philippe IV. I wonder, did you pay for your sins?
The Order of the Poor Knights of Christ and the Temple of Solomon, the Knights Templar, was founded in 1120. Over a period of 200 years, the order became the most powerful and most secretive organization in history. The Templars quickly built enormous wealth. Kings of Europe came to the cap and hand to the negotiate loans. They created many fundamental aspects of today's international banking system, like the banknote and letters of credit. Yet faithful to their solemnly sworn vows of poverty, the individual members of their secret society were penniless. But when the Knights Templar was destroyed in the 14th century, their incredible riches, as well as their fabled great secret, vanished into thin air to escape persecution by King Philippe IV of France. The Templars' treasure and their enormous fleet moored at La Rochelle simply disappeared. To this day, its whereabouts have never been discovered. The end of the Templars was signified by the execution of their last Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, who was burned alive before a chanting mob in Paris in 1314, and the distribution of their lands to the Knights Hospitalier. But some historians believe they simply changed their name and went underground. Evidence has even been cited which links famous figures from more recent history with the order. Hundreds of years after it officially ceased to be, Leonardo da Vinci is named as one, Sir Isaac Newton as another. The great explorer Vasco da Gama journeyed with the Templar cross insignia on his sails, as did Christopher Columbus. Evidence even suggests that the Templars discovered America some 80 years before Columbus. Punk bitch. Some maintain that the Order of the Knights Templar are still in existence today, though under another name, called Assassin's Creed. Throughout Europe, its members are still thought to meet secretly to discuss unknown business, conduct arcane rituals, and plot our destiny behind closed motherfucking doors. Holy shit balls, I gotta read all this? You can eat my balls. This is crazy. This is crazy talk here. Knights Templar. Great secret. The Knights Templar owned many fabled religious treasures, including, it is said, the crown of thorns worn by Jesus Christ as he perished on the cross. They were also in possession of a mysterious great secret. That is the whereabouts of Game Hoarder's testicles, petrified and sealed up in a mausoleum somewhere deep within the earth. Some believe this have been the most revered of all Christian relics, the Holy Grail, never mind. Indiana Jones found that shit, and then he took a piss in it. Others believe that the great secret may have been a particular knowledge which, if revealed, would undermine our fundamental view of Christianity itself, most likely because Christianity is a crock of shit. But you didn't hear that from me.
Even by
Philippe
medieval
IV.
standards, Philippe IV was a ruthless, vain
Imagine
dictator.
that. Son of Philippe
His puppet
III.
Clement V
Who
was
would
no
have guessed?
better.
Motherfucker was born in Fontainebleau in 1268 and crowned king in 1285, known as Le Bel the Fair. Philippe was vain and highly ambitious son of a bitch. Felipe aggressively extended his kingdom, including seizing the lands across the Bordeaux from Edward I of England, before centralizing his government and establishing a structure of legist. Politicians appointed by the king who were not of noble birth and who were wholly loyal to Felipe, it was this structure of legist that allowed Felipe to manipulate the papacy and support his conflict with the legitimate Roman Catholic Pope Boniface VIII, which grew out of the king's attempt to levy taxes on the church. In response, Boniface issued a papal bull, Unum Sanctum, declaring papal supremacy and forbidding the clergy to pay taxes to the crown. On the death of Boniface VIII in 1305, which many suspected was orchestrated by the king, Felipe manipulated and bullied the cardinals in Rome to appoint as pontiff his puppet Bert. De Molay was arrested, charged with heresy, and burned in 1314, but not before laying a curse on both Felipe VI and Clement V. Both died later that year, and the Pope from a sudden attack of dysentery. That's where you shit out all your guts. The king in a hunting accident. Misfortune stalked the King of France, thereafter culminating 500 years after De Molay's death, in the French Revolution and the decapitation of Louis XVI. Jesus Christ, how many fucking Louis do we need? The guillotine. Legend has it that the man jumped under the guillotine, dipped his finger in the king's blood, and shouted, "Fuck you, motherfucker! You are avenged." Clement V. Clement
V was just a puppet of the king. Did you know popes used to be regularly attacked by mobs in those days? Can't say I'm surprised.
As Napoleon said, history is written by the victors.
Bertrand de Got was elected pope in 1305 and took the name Clement V. Clement was the first pope to be based in Avignon. Indeed, he never visited Rome, absolutely servile to the King Felipe IV of France. He was happy to bless the king of having attacked his predecessor. Boniface VIII then supported King Felipe in his persecution of the Knights Templar. Most of the Clement's cardinals were relatives, and so corrupt and nepotistic was he that when he died, they inherited so much wealth that the papacy was almost bankrupted. Jacques de
Molay was cynically betrayed by Philippe IV of France.
Jacques de Molay was initiated into the Knights Templar in 1265. Nobody liked him. At the age of 21 and quickly rose to the ranks, he was initially based in Britain, where his positions included that of Visitor General before being appointed Grand Preceptor of all England. May 21st, 1291, de Molay fought bravely to defend Acre, the last city in the Holy Lands, or Outremer, under Christian control, but was overwhelmed by Mamluk forces. Mamluks were professional soldiers of slave origin, kind of like the Unsullied in Game of fucking Thrones. The fall of Acre was humiliating for the Christians, representing the culmination of a steady decline in Christian influence in the Holy Land since the disastrous loss of Jerusalem to the brilliant Muslim general Saladin in 1187. Recapturing the Holy Lands and Jerusalem in particular from the Muslim armies was de Molay's obsession. With the death of Theobald Gaudin in 1292, de Molay was installed as the 23rd and the last Grand Master. Moving his base to the island of Cyprus, de Molay immediately drew up his plans to recapture Outremer. He forged an alliance with the Mongols of Persia with limited success. In September 1302, the final foothold in the Holy Lands was lost when the island of Arwad was attacked by Muslim forces and Christian garrison, which was trapped on the island, massacred like a bunch of little bitches. Jesus can't save you now. Ruling over an almost bankrupt kingdom, the French King Philippe IV coveted the wealth of the order. When the Templars received much of the blame for the loss of the Holy Lands, he hatched an audacious plan to discredit them and seize their possessions. The treasure held at their camaraderies, their extensive lands, their fleet, which was the largest in Europe, of the particular interest, their arcane secret. In autumn of 1307, Philippe IV summoned de Molay to France. On Friday the 13th, October 1307, the king's deputies struck, swooping down on the Templars' commanderies. Did I say camaraderies? Holy shit, I need to stop drinking. Arresting all the members of their order and seizing their assets. De Molay was arrested and in March 1314 was burned on the Isle de Paris. Like a little bitch. Alright, anyways, that's 10 minutes of flat out fucking reading. I am done with that. Let's get on with the good shit, yo. think it's time to travel to Istanbul, no? Yes.
I need to research the manuscript more.
Oh, no.
Now, this must depict Clement V, Pope of Avignon, and Philip's crony. But he certainly can't be the true patriarch referred to in the manuscript.
So we just need to work out who exactly is the true patriarch.
That's right, Hooka.
It's Baphomet, the idol that the Templars were accused of worshipping. It's an eastern-looking city. St. George fighting a dragon. It's an eastern-looking city.
It is eastern as hell.
I need to research the manuscript more.
Oh my god.
It depicts Philippe IV of France. It's an eastern-looking city.
I don't know, maybe there's more I gotta look at here. Oh, I don't think we read about John the Baptist. Excuse me if I skip that part. Read about that. What about this? Great secret. Read about both these guys. And definitely Felipe IV. And definitely Jacques Molay.
Clement V is not the true patriarch, and St. George, who came from Turkey, is fighting a dragon below the city of a holy man, who is the true patriarch,
Yes?
then the city must be Istanbul, which was known as Constantinople in medieval times. And the fortress must be a reference to the old citadel of Constantinople.
George, that's amazing. Does it still exist?
I don't know, but I bet someone in Istanbul would.
George, you are brilliant. Thank you so much for helping me.
Hey, I'm having fun. I'd never turn down the chance to search for Templar treasure.
Is that it? Can I fucking go now?
So, Anna Maria,
God
feel
damn.
like a trip to Istanbul?
You think we'll find the treasure?
We'll have a damn good try.
Room service.
Come in.
Good afternoon, Effendi. I bring chai for you and your good lady wife.
Thank you. She's not my wife, you know.
Ah, of course. Yes, well, you are indeed blessed, sir, to have such a beautiful mistress.
No, what I mean is, we haven't, we don't, there's nothing happening.
No
Do
need
not
to
worry, sir. A
explain.
few nights here in the beautiful Pasha Palace, and the sweet creature will know your special gift of romantic love, I am sure. I shall leave you to your rejuvenating sleep, sir.
Hi, George.
Yeah, hi.
What a sweet waiter. What was he saying?
Oh, nothing. The weather. Rain. Says it's not expected. Never has been. All an ugly rumor. Which is good. Time to find the treasure, huh? I'll be in the corridor while you get dressed.
Jesus, why don't you tuck your dick between your legs and call yourself a woman?
All set?
Yeah, thank you, George.
Talk to this hooker. She looks like a bitch.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. And busy.
Yep,
with
she's a
VIP
bitch.
check-in requirements.
Do you know anything about where we might find the old citadel?
I have no idea. Why don't you ask the waiter? He knows a lot about the city.
What sites can you recommend?
How about the Blue Mosque? Most of our cheap deal guests seem to find it quite satisfying.
Alright, I'm gonna titty slap this hooker. She is rude as hell. Let's talk to this guy. He was a lot nicer.
Ah, my friend. And how is my favorite guest this afternoon?
So, are you happy in your work then?
I have been a waiter all my life, sir. A joyous life, dedicated to the art of fulfilling the desires of each and every guest that travels to our great city. The exotic crucible where East meets West.
Do you know anything about an old citadel here in Istanbul?
Oh, the great citadel. Legend tells that it is buried deep under Topkapi Palace.
Topkapi?
Topkapi is one of our most beautiful sites. Alas, it is not open to the public this week. There is a political conference going on, and the place is crawling with guards. Why not instead visit the famous hookah smokers by Galatasaray? Or the San Sofia, the Blue Mosque, the Turkish baths. Very sexy, my friend, eh?
Stay thirsty, my friend.
Got it. Nice souvenir.
I got a knife. I'm on a boat.
Anna Maria, look at this. Topkapi Palace is enormous. Where the heck are we going to find any traces of the old citadel?
There's a fountain in the inner courtyard. It must connect to the water system. Maybe that's the aqueduct that served the old citadel.
Yeah, that's possible.
But how do we get in if it's closed to the public?
You are working with George Stobart. There's always a way.
Word to that.
The famous harem. Apparently the prince kept 200 concubines, as well as the usual 10 wives. That's the entrance. Probably heavily guarded this week. There's a smaller courtyard there. Could it be a way in? There's a fountain in the inner courtyard. Sometimes these connect to the lower aqueduct system. Maybe we could get underground there. Lover's Vestibule? Wonder what that is.
Maybe
That's where we go to do the dirty.
Museum section, it says. That's where the Topkapi dagger is exhibited.
What else do we got? Who can make the sun rise? I think that's it. Go talk to the waiter again.
I guess the palace is impenetrable? I mean, with all the security?
Only the Crusaders managed to break into Topkapi, and they had somebody on the inside. A beautiful woman, I suspect, though the legend is murky.
I found a building on the map marked Lover's Vestibule. Do you know what that is?
The Lover's Vestibule. It is a side entrance that has a famous bolt system which can only be opened from the inside.
Are there any other interesting entrances to the palace?
There are also doors inside that require 2 people to open them. Legend has it they were installed to prevent the gorgeous concubines sneaking out for a quick rendezvous with a guard.
Going to Topeka, Kansas. Takapi Palace.
So, this is Topkapi Palace, the jewel of the Ottoman Empire.
Sorry, no tourists allowed in this week. Wait, you press?
Yes, I'm a journalist.
What paper?
New York Times.
They already signed in.
I meant the Idaho Chronicle.
They canceled. Were you guessing?
Of course not.
Maybe you're not really a journalist. Maybe you are a terrorist.
No. You see, I'm freelance, so I often forget who I'm with.
Oh, yes?
Because I work for so many papers.
All the paper guys signed in.
And TV. I work for TV. A lot.
All the TV guys signed in.
And radio, of course.
Radio all signed in.
Oh, heck.
Apart from
Yes?
Eamon O'Mara.
You're kidding. But that's amazing.
Why?
Well, because of all the journalists in all the world,
Yes?
you picked the one journalist
Yes?
that is me. Me.
You mean you're Eamon O'Mara? We've been expecting you, Mr. O'Mara. Are you enjoying your stay at the Pasha Palace? I'm afraid I have to ask for your ID anyway, Mr. O'Mara.
Oh, heck. I'm sorry. I left it at the hotel.
No ID, no entry, no exceptions.
Ah, shitballs. Back to the hotel. We gotta track down
Back
Dick
at the
Licker.
Pasha Palace Hotel. So, I hear Eamon O'Mara is staying here.
Oh, yes. At this very hotel. It is so exciting to have a real celebrity here.
Celebrity, huh?
World famous.
That a fact.
Up your alley?
Very good. After my little adventure in Glastonbury, Eamon wrote a bestseller about it. The End of the World, my part in how it nearly happened, but didn't. On the back of that, he's become a celebrity journalist.
He still hasn't come down from his room today. I expect he is up there preparing for one of his brilliant interviews.
Nursing a hangover, more like.
Sorry?
I said he's so good behind a mic.
I get off duty soon, and then I shall personally take him the letter that just arrived from Topkapi. I had to sign for it, you know. Must be very important.
My letter, bitch.
Please, leave that. It is not for you.
Yes, that could be a plan. Better talk to her.
The letter from the palace might be important. I'm going to distract the receptionist. Can you grab the letter while she's not looking?
You bet. Isn't this fun?
Shh. It is, isn't it?
It's a picture of the receptionist holding a golf trophy.
Do you play often?
Not as often as I'd like. What's your handicap?
My ears, I guess.
Oh,
Can I show you my putt?
surprise me.
She's in stealth mode, ladies and gentlemen.
That was actually quite impressive.
Thank you. It's all in the grip, of course.
So, how famous are you?
Oh, very famous.
I am not convinced.
Well, tough shit, bitch. Anyways, we'll see you next video, folks. Thanks for watching Broken Sword 4.